Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it's the yearly overview for 2020. Virgo, what a year it is going to be for you. We have lots of interesting cards here. We have completions, new beginnings, we have wish fulfillment, we have a very strong abundance quarter in the first part of the year. Lots of beautiful cards. So I know that you can't see the full table here, guys, but I'm going to hold up each pair of cards as I read them. So what we've got here is we've got a Rider-Waite card for each month of 2020, and then we have a clarifier from the Star Child Tarot deck. And we start here at January. We're going to move around clockwise to the end of the year, December. So let's get started. January, you have the Three of Crystals or Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which is your card, Virgo. So we're kicking off with a bang, and we're kicking off with you in your power, probably after a rest over the holiday period. Now, the Page of Pentacles can be a messenger of opportunity, and in particular, opportunities that are linked to abundance. They can link to finances, can be some kind of financial offer, a way to make money, new job or project, or something that links to stability, solidity in the material realm. So we also have that here with the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a lot about collaborating with others, teamwork, coming together to learn new skills, beginnings of new manifestations, new projects, new beginnings. So I really feel that if you've got a project or a business idea or something that you've been wanting to get off the ground, January has strong potential energy for that. And we can see that it has the ability to quickly grow and expand in the first quarter of 2020. So I would say take action. The energy is there. With that Page of Pentacles, he holds the Ace of Pentacles. There could be some kind of initial offer or conversation or networking that happens, and something comes out of that you think, oh, that's a great opportunity to pursue. Well, make sure you do so, because the cards are saying that it could be very favorable for you. Okay, so February, big reach. We have the Two of Swords and we have the Chariot. Okay, so already in February, we see forward movement, and it could be linked to this opportunity here. And, even this opportunity could call some of you to actually move or relocate. There might be travel. But, we have a decision that is kind of linked to that. So the Two of Swords talks about a decision relating to matters of the heart. There could be a bit of a tug at the heart if there's, a relocation that needs to be, taken to fully grasp this opportunity. Or it could be, a decision of the heart of, how to move on in this situation. And you might need to release something or let something go in order to clear the space to move forward. So if this is a job or business offer, then maybe some of you need to release a current opportunity, and you might need to decide, and weigh up your options, which is the best one to pursue. So it could, if it does relate to home and relocation, some of you might need to take that decision. Do I relocate? Do I stay? Do I stay with what I've got? Now, with the Two of Swords, the message is to not let our emotions block or influence that decision. We really need to make our decisions from a place of using our intuitive centers, so tuning into the heart, third eye, the gut, as well as, logic and facts, rather than getting swayed by emotions, because our emotions can, lead us down the path that's not necessarily the best one, because we have emotional attachments to the past that might pull you back in that direction rather than moving forward, because the Chariot wants you to take action, wants you to move forward, but there is some parts of yourself to bring into alignment, and once they are in alignment, once you've made that clear decision, you're going to be moving forward at a pace, because these Sphinxes here represent the opposition within us, the two minds, being out of balance in some part of your life. But as soon as you find that balance, you find that equilibrium, that's when the Stone Chariot gets pushed forward at a big pace, because he has no reins to drive this thing. He just has the Magician's wand. So it's saying that, whoops, this card's getting very hot over that candle. Using your will alone, bring yourself into alignment, make a clear, logical, practical decision, not driven by emotions, and you'll find yourself moving forward in the right direction for you. Okay, that's your February. Let's go to your March. Oh, we've got 3 cards. So the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles came out together, and the clarifier was the Seven of Pentacles. So again, you know, this is all about abundance. And what's interesting is that we had the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, kind of like those initial manifestations, beginnings, new seeds of growth. And here we see some quite established abundance cards. So I think that whatever, you know, you decide here to move on, to pursue this opportunity, has the potential to grow and expand quickly. So the King of Pentacles, you know, that's somebody who has really mastered the, you know, manifestation and abundance process. He knows how to create that in his life. He knows how to continuously generate wealth, abundance, material possessions, stability, security, all of that kind of things. That's what's on offer in this opportunity. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a message about knowing where to invest your time time and energy in order to reap value. So there might be some decisions in March as to, you know, what parts of this new opportunity to really pursue in order to reap the rewards long term, in order to end up at this Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, in value, it can be investment in, you know, physical, you know, tasks to do with this opportunity. It could even relate to, you know, the friendships and the networks that you invest in. Maybe there's some people that might be naysayers or might not be in support of what you do. Then I would invest less time and energy maybe there and focus on people and situations and things that are going to support you and, you know, lift you up. So Nine of Pentacles again talks about building value, quality, not quantity. This card talks about the same. Investing in the, you know, things that are going to lead to quality, not quantity. Talks about independence, self-sufficiency, wealth, opulence. So you could be quite financially abundant in March. Either way, you're definitely heading in this direction where you could end up, yeah, really enjoying a great amount of abundance in the near future. Okay, April. We have the Queen of Crystals or Pentacles and the Devil. So it's an absolute pentacle fest really in the first part of the year. Now this is maybe a little bit of a warning. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Devil. Now the Queen of Pentacles is also links to is Capricorn, which obviously the Devil is as well. So we have a strong Devil link here and Capricorn energy. There might be an influential Capricorn around in April. But what I'm really seeing here is that don't get too tied up in this kind of, you know, working all the time, building wealth, building abundance, and miss other things, miss other beginnings, or miss the, you know, opportunity to nurture yourself, to nurture others. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she is somebody who can go out, earn the money, be really abundant, but she also is about nurturing in the home, nurturing herself and bringing that balance. She's very stable and balanced and compassionate, but also, you know, abundant and all of those things. So don't get too tied up in one or the other. Try and keep that balance. Otherwise, you know, that's when things like building wealth, abundance, money can start to be a tie and can start to be a bit of a dependency, maybe a bit of addiction, maybe a bit toxic for us. So we don't want to end up, you know, with those scales tipped, or, you know, creating a block to other things because we're just focused on the physical material. So don't forget the spiritual, the home realm, the nurturing, all those kinds of things. We want to build abundance, but we don't want our abundance to be a trapping that, you know, is going to take all our time and energy, and over time, you know, maybe suck our vital life force, that type of thing. So that's just a little bit of a warning there for April. Let's move on to May. We have the Empress, beautiful energy, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, okay. See, I feel like there's other opportunities beyond this realm, beyond the physical, practical abundance realm, that want to come in for you this year. There's other things that want your attention. So by the time we get to May and we've got all this set up, we might have had a bit of a reflection on what's truly meaningful for us in April. We get to a place in May where we're having a bit of a review of our life. So the Two of Wands can be about, you know, looking at the current path that you're on and contemplating a new path. And we have the Empress here. And the Empress is the biggest promise of, you know, new possibility, of birthing new opportunity into the physical material realm, and even physical birth, if that's what some of you are thinking about. Maybe some of you are building your financial resources to get yourself in a position to have a family. Well, it's saying that, you know, it could be a good time for conception if that's what you're looking at. Again, it can be conception of projects. It can also be about you reconnecting with yourself, with your divine feminine, your spiritual side, reconnecting with the natural rhythms, maybe after a time where you've been focusing on other things. And she is also the beginning of new manifestations. So there is definitely other new chapters that want to open up for you this year. We can see a couple of completions coming and other new opportunities as well. So the Two of Wands asks you to take a step beyond your comfort zone in order to create an abundant future for yourself, but in a sort of a different direction. So it asks you to kind of review the past and figure out, you know, what you want to retain from that, and, you know, which way you want to move forward. So I think there is definitely a turning point here in May, and I think you might decide to take that step beyond your comfort zone and explore something completely new. Okay, June. I totally didn't realize it when I put the cards again. We've got the Empress again, and we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, so there is definitely strong new beginning energy here that wants to come through, but we have a completion that needs to happen first. So this Ten of Swords completion is almost like the gateway or the portal to really allow her in. She starts knocking in May and she wants to be let in June. So the completion here with the Ten of Swords, such a general reading, guys, being a yearly overview, it could be the ending of a relationship that has been stable and you've been building up financial resources. Can be the ending of a job. Maybe, you know, the ending of this chapter and needing to, you know, expand and explore new things. But what it's saying is that there is a beautiful, new, bright future, new dawn, new day on the horizon, ready to eclipse that darkness, right? Like, it can be a betrayal. It can also be burnout, guys. So just be mindful of that if you're working really hard in that first part of the year. I mean, we've got the devil here also. So be looking after yourself, because it can be things like chronic fatigue, those kinds of energies. So allow that to complete, whatever it is. If you feel like you're really pushing, don't. Allow it to complete, stop, and tune in to that softer energy, that divine feminine, because that Empress is saying, I've got something that I want to bring to you, but you need to create the space for it. Okay, July. So I just have to keep counting around the months so I don't get very distracted when I'm reading them. Yeah, okay, so we had two cards come out here, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Whew, yeah, so here is that new beginning that the Empress wants to bring you. But first, we've got some healing to do, and we have something to walk away from. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is probably the healing or the heartbreak or the pain that's associated with that Ten of Swords ending. So the Three of Swords can talk about deep hurts, of pain, of sorrow, of grief. But, you know, really, seeing this card is not a bad thing, because when we see this card and we feel like we've got an exposed heart, yes, we might be in a place of pain, but as soon as that's exposed, then it can start to heal and we can start to move on. So it's better to really let that out, heal that pain, and then we can start moving on and once again creating space for bigger and better things. because the Eight of Cups says to me that whatever this ending was relating to was something that wasn't completely emotionally fulfilling for you. So you need to be really honest with yourself. Eight of Cups talks about a situation that may have been fairly good, but there was a fundamental piece missing. So, you know, in a work situation, that can be in a great job with great colleagues, but there's no career progression, or maybe the pay is really crap. In a relationship, it can be having great chemistry, enjoying each other's company most of the time, but there's a fundamental value missing, or, you know, not in alignment, or maybe one of you wants kids and one doesn't. It's a deal breaker, game changer, and it's non-negotiable. So I feel like there's no choice for you but to walk away, to turn your back on it and seek those extra cups. And by gosh, we see progression to that because we've got the Nine of Cups coming up in the future. So even though this might be painful, it is a short-term pain for bigger gain, because the Ace of Swords is here. Whoops, wrong way. And, you know, this can be a couple of things. It can be the insight, the aha moment, the revelation of figuring that out and understanding that we have to release this to gain. But also, it's a fresh start, guys. It's about coming back into a place of victory, recrowning yourself, stepping back into your power after maybe feeling out of power for a certain amount of time. Beautiful. Okay. So August, Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Yep. So I feel like in August you're going to go through a period of reflecting on what you don't want and what you do want for your life. Because, you know, here we have someone who is a bit kind of withdrawn from a situation or apathetic. And actually I feel like whoever you are dealing with in that situation with the Eight of Cups might come in and try and give you that ninth cup, that one to kind of complete the gap, right? So they could come in with an offer, an apology, or something like that. But I think that you've already decided that this situation isn't for you. You've already closed off, blocked your energy. You know, you realize that it's probably going to be a bit of a hollow promise, and things will resort back to how they were. I think you are only interested in new manifestations now. I've got the link to the number 3 here. Because you're going to be evoking the Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is a visionary. She makes instinctual, calculated decisions for her life. She sees the big picture. And she can manifest as well. So I think, you know, well, why would I go back to the past and risk that when I can move on, manifest a new direction? Because you've got that that bigger knowledge now, and you've already been through the hurt. You don't want to go back into that again. So it's figuring out what you do and don't want in August. September. Knight of Crystals, which is the Knight of Pentacles and the World. Yep, okay. So here is the place where you close that door. Close that chapter and you're starting something completely new. So the World says, you know what, you've arrived, you've been victorious in this situation because you've known when to end it, and it's time for you to step through that Saturnian hoop into a brand new start. So, you know, the World can talk about completing of karmic contracts, divine timing, being the right time to now, you know, manifest new opportunities, new loves, new situations into your life. It says what the Magician set out to complete as the first card in the tarot deck has manifested, has unfolded, and is now finished. So it's time to use your will, use your intention to create something new. And the Knight of Pentacles is here to make that a practical reality for you. And the Knight of Crystals is also about setting the scene, setting the foundation, getting the stage ready, preparing the land for a new harvest, a new crop that will be ready to reap in your next season. So this could be a time to really put plans in place, like if it's going to be a career chapter ending and beginning for you, maybe thinking about filling some skills gaps, doing some study, searching for a new job. If it's in relationships, you might really go and do some work on yourself, addressing those areas that you need to focus on to get your energy in the right place to attract a partner. But the Knight of Crystals, is a slower moving energy, so this is about, getting things in the right place. It might take a little bit of time for the new chapter to kick in, but it is definitely starting around then. So let's see how much longer we've got. Oh, we've still got 10 minutes. Okay, that's good. Okay, because in October, Starseed and the Nine of Cups. So guys, Starseed is the Fool. So what perfect sliding doors or bookends here than the World followed by Starseed. It's ending and new beginning, exploding into October. And whatever you're beginning here, whatever new journey you're about to walk, it has the ability to give you the 9 cups that you are really wanting back here in the middle of the year. So you're moving on to a new path that has the ability to be a lot more emotionally fulfilling. Joy, love, harmony, satisfaction. The 9 of Cups is also the card of wish fulfillment. So it could be the time to manifest, to set your sights big, dream big here. And Starseed, the Fool, it asks you to take a leap of faith, to have restored trust and hope that things will manifest in the right time, in the right place for you. It talks about taking the first tentative steps on a new journey, even though you're not sure where you're going to end up, what the destination's going to be, but you've got to trust the process. And, make instinctual decisions, tune into your intuition to keep a sure footing along the way. Yes, there will be challenges, but we're not thinking about that. We just know that it's the right thing. It's the right time to be starting this new journey. Yeah, because you're heading somewhere great, This is about heading on the path to wish fulfillment, to manifesting those desires. November. 9 of Wands and Ace of Swords. So you got Ace of Swords again, guys. You've got double Empress, double Ace of Swords. So a new beginning. Yeah, of course. Just following on. More beginnings, more beginnings. Okay. So we have a new beginning, an insight, a revelation in November again. But this 9 of Wands here can talk about, there might be some kind of, maybe some hurts from the past. The 9 of Wands is kind of one step before the 10, so it could talk about healing some final remnants from the situation. Some of you might be feeling a bit worn out at this time of the year. It's almost the end of the year. Might be feeling a bit battle-worn, a bit hurt, a bit scarred, a bit maimed. But it says that you've got enough fight left in you, enough warrior spirit to get this over the line, so that you can allow this Ace of Swords in. So the 9 of Wands tells you to keep going. Even if you feel like you're tired and you want that holiday, you want that end of the year, you're close to sort of giving up on something, whatever it is, don't give up, because you're almost there. And, just need to keep pushing a little bit more. It might be a project you're working on, it's been taking a lot of time and energy, and you really just want to give up on this thing. But it's saying don't in November, because if you just keep going that extra step, that extra mile, that's when you get the goods. That's when the Ace of Swords comes in. So beautiful new beginning, something beginning here. You just need to have that energy in the tank in November to bring that in. And December, end of the year. King of Swords and Strength. Yeah, so probably links to November as well. So this says that you might need to have the strength and the courage to just complete things at the end of the year. Strength card can talk about taming inner demons, bringing ourselves back into balance. And when we do that, that's when we unlock our infinite potential. And through, taming our inner demons, that's also when we start to transform. Because the King of Swords is about transformation. He's a visionary. He is about seeing the truth. And you have 2 Aces of Swords too, guys. So I think this is a theme for you guys. It's about seeing the big picture this year, cutting through any rubbish, setting healthy boundaries for yourself, cutting energetic ties with situations, people, experiences, jobs, relationships that are no longer in your best interests, And through doing that, that's when you start to transform as a person. You know, strength talks about balancing emotions and feelings with its equal opposite in order to unlock your potential. So, for example, if you're harboring any anger or resent from these situations that you've been through, then we would meet that with compassion and forgiveness. And it's almost like the antidote or the medicine that just unlocks our potential and once again leads to that personal transformation at the end of the year. So Virgo, it's a big year for you, like most of the other signs that I've done so far. Lots of mini beginnings and completions, but with each one it's like we climb that little bit higher, we raise our vibration, and we really start to bring in the kind of energies that we truly desire. So just know when it's the right time to release, to let go. Don't hold on, go with it. And I wish you an amazing 2020. So keep in mind, guys, as a general reading, it won't be, like this exactly for every Virgo, but these are the energies that are there. Feel free to leave me a comment if you'd like to share how the year has kicked off for you. I'd love to hear, and I'll see you back here for lots of weekly and monthly readings throughout the year.